The visual which we saw right now highlights a man inside a manhole cleaning the slush and human excreta. Despite being banned according to the 2013 Act, that too in front of Madras High Court. Why is this happening? This is what Muskan and I, Sanskar Tiwari, are going to unfold.
Manual scavenging is a term used in India for the act of manually cleaning of the human excreta from dry latrines and sewers. It also includes carrying, disposing, or handling the human excreta in any manner by a human. It is banned in India under the Prohibition of Employment as Manual Scavenger and Rehabilitation Act of 2013. Still, the practice of manual scavenging is prevalent in India. An advocate and an activist who worked for Law and Policy Research, C. Prabhu, explained the act and more.
Actually, the 2013 Act totally bans the manual scavenging and also the insanitary latrine. So wherever the insanitary latrine is there, to clean that insanitary latrines, obviously they have to engage the manual scavengers, because the insanitary latrines will not having that much infrastructure. For example, basically it will not have sufficient water arrangement to clean. For example, we have flushes now, that kind of arrangement will not be there. And it's basically would be a dry latrines. For cleaning the dry latrines, services of manual scavengers would be definitely required. For example, they'll be using jadu or for even hand, and they'll be taking out through buckets, using mugs, all those things, which are all prohibited under this act. So firstly, these insanitary latrines were banned by this law. So insanitary latrines means it's been defined in section 2E, wherein they say a latrine which requires human etc. To be cleaned or otherwise handled manually.
This is what the law says, but there is a difference between drain and sewer which has actually created a divide. Let us hear what it is.
Sewer means an underground conduit or pipe for carrying of human etc. besides other waste matter and drainage ways. So here in Greater Chennai Greater Chennai Corporation, they say, I tried to inquire the staffs. So when I came across near my residences, they say it's only a drainage water. It involves no sewage. There is no human waste in these things. Here, for most of the things, they say they use sucking machines to remove some waste material. For like kudas, they need the services of a manual cleaners. They engage the this sanitary worker to remove all those things. So this is the ground they takes actually. Even the law also has not specifically addressed this thing.
What it has not
To remove the drainage, normal drainage. The household water, the household waste, all those things.
What are the machines that are being used? What is the machine that is listed according to the Act? And what is are they getting the sufficient amount of machine or the machine required? And if not, then what is lacking behind that is making this manual scavenging?
Yeah. So the 2013 manual scavenging rules has a list of device as suggested. actually Rule 4 governs this. They have listed out on around 47, I guess. There are 44 devices. They say any person engaged to clean a sewer or septic tank shall be provided by his employer protective gear and safety devices, including but not limited to the following. Actually, any employer should have for these 47 devices.
47 or 44?
44. Sorry, 44. 44 devices. This is not. Besides this, they also can have more devices.
These are the equipments which are supposed to be used. Now let's see what are the schemes for the identified manual scavengers listed under this Act. According to the Act, the provision of one-time cash assistance of Rs 40,000 to one identified manual scavengers to be given in the family. Back-end capital subsidy up to Rs 3.25 lakhs to the identified manual scavengers and their dependents for self-employed projects up to Rs 10 lakhs should be given. Skill development training up to 2 years to the identified manual scavengers and their dependents with stipend of Rs 3,000 per month should be given during the training period. Let's hear what C. Prabhu says on this.
These 411 people might have been still have been engaged as a manual scavengers. Who knows? Because these things, these benefits have been not been provided to them. They have been given only 40,000. By having 40,000, it will not fulfill their needs, their children's needs, their families' needs. Now, the present state of affairs is the Tamil Nadu government claims they have identified some 400 something. I can give an exact count. 400 something manual scavengers are there. They have identified, they have issued identity card, and they have also dispersed that one-time amount of 40,000.
Okay.
Yeah, 40,000. One-time payment of 40,000. They have identified 411. They have identified 411 manual scavengers. So they have given this also. The thing is, after providing these 40,000, and they think their duty is done. They forget about the skill development and providing skill trainees, all those things. And also there are in rehabilitations, not only these 40,000. Besides these 40,000, they have to provide skill training, and also they have to provide loan at concessional rates.
So 411 identified manual scavengers, or approximately 450 according to the survey. But the reality is something different. Let's hear the conversation of Safai Kamchari Andola's state convener Dr. Samuel Vilankani with our reporter Muskan.
They say that 462 manual scavengers are identified by the Tamil Nadu government in their survey. But we, the community of Safai Kamchari Andolan, we took the only 8 districts and just 8 places, not 8 locations, not Tarav district, not Tarav talukas, not Tarav municipalities. Only 8 locations we selected, and we did the with the volunteers and with the people, because we are from the community. We know people those are doing the manual scavenging. So we went and we did the survey. We identified more than 3,000 manual scavengers in 3 locations, not districts. I am saying just 3 areas. So we submitted them, but they took that evidence and they asked us to give the data, and we submitted them. They said we will verify them and we do the rehabilitation. Then after that, they are taking that data. They went to the name of survey and verification. They scolded them. Why you are saying that you are doing manual scavenging? If you say the manual scavenging that you are doing, we will arrest you. Or your parents or your mother or your father or your wife or your husband is working as a permanent worker in any corporation, municipalities or town panchayat, we will suspend them. 2013 Act says, if there is any manual scavengers who are identified, the government has to immediately give the 40,000 one-time cash payment to the person, and they have to give some training for alternative jobs, and they have provide 5 to 15 lakhs rupees for self-employment or business, and they have to give the educational scholarship for their children, and they have to give that pension for the old age people. So all the packages was included in the 2013 Act.
Well, this is just a sham. According to this paper, only 419 scavengers are identified. But what we see is the polar opposite. To get more insights, let's get going with our reporter Muskan. Upon arriving at the Greater Chennai Corporation, the Commissioner Gagandeep Singh Bedi said,
Now coming to the stormwater drainage and everything. So we have the visual of that also, people entering to the while cleaning, men are doing the work and they're getting into the drain instead of using the machine or the equipment provided. So what do you think, what is,
It is not to be allowed. If you have seen men entering, bring to the notice. The concerned officials will take action. That's all. So entering into the manhole is not permitted. That's what I will say. We don't let. But of course, from the manhole, opening the manhole and cleaning it up from sitting over there is a permissible activity, but you can't enter inside the drain also.
even if people are not entering to the drain, under the
they can
stormwater.
they can open,
Yeah.
they can put the machinery over there, and that they can clean as per the protocol. That has to be, manhole has to be open and cleaned as per the protocol. But you cannot enter inside. That's it.
So now we are not talking about the entering part, we are just talking about the machine, using the machine part. The basic things like helmet, like mask and the gloves are not being used by those who are cleaning the rainwater as well as both. This department you will not talk, obviously it's not your side, but this department you see of rainwater and drainage. We have seen people not using the helmet, the basic necessities which you can use. You should use, it is mandatory, it's in the list of the 2013 Act and everything that these are the equipment, basic equipment you should have. Apart from the machinery, you should wear the mask, wear the helmet. So
it is very important to insist that, in fact, wherever we go, we insist upon the helmets, masks and gloves to be put up, and people do put it up also. Wherever they don't put it up, there the contractors are liable, and the agencies concerned keep on fining and penalizing the contractors whose laborers do not adhere to the safety norms. There are various checks and balances also. Tamil Nadu has got much better safety records and standards. So there are checks and balances also which we keep on adhering to in order to ensure that the safety norms are followed.
now coming to the people, a lot of people die and they have the government has made a rule to provide them some incentives, provide them some money along with the schemes and everything, and are they getting that? Because
the Chennai Corporation, as I told you, you are asking the wrong person. You should actually meet an IS officer who is Chennai Metro Water's head. So he is the person.
So
Chennai Corporation people are not.
So there is no such kind of scheme for the people who are doing drainage and getting that.
The people have not died in stormwater drain work in the last 10 years. Right? None of them have died. People have died only from septic tank cleaning, etc., which is not under our purview.
Since the Commissioner Gagandeep Singh Bedi said in his defense that the sewage doesn't come under the jurisdiction of the Greater Chennai Corporation, we headed to the Metro Water Department's office at Dr. Basin Nagar Road. It is opposite to the Marina Beach. There, the Assistant Executive Engineer Mahalakshmi denied to speak on the issue. She passed it on to the area engineer Tyagarajan, who also declined to comment. Finally, we ended up with the Executive Director of Metro Water Department, P. Akash.
It is like the machinery and everything, equipment has been provided along with it. Like 44 equipment should be mandatory according to the Act, which is 213 Act and everything. So, but still we saw some people who are working, they are not using the mask, they are not using the helmet, they are not using the...
working where?
Working for the cleaning purpose, cleaning the manhole with the machine. They are not using the helmet, they are not using the mask, they are not using the this hand gloves and doing it in normal way. So, is it not available properly to them, or is the machinery and everything is provided to them, but still they are lacking to?
I'll answer that. Before this, I was working in Chennai Corporation also, so there also we had a similar issue. I can assure you with confidence that all kinds of safety gears and equipments are provided to the workers. And even I have personally spoken to the workers because, and what they feel is that the sturdy rubber gloves, they seem to be very inconvenient to operate. So that is why they find it much more easier and convenient to operate it by their hands. So they are not using the gloves. Because as far as our budget or our scheme of things is concerned, these safety equipment such as masks, gloves, these are the bare minimum necessary, which we definitely provide to all the workers. So in some cases, the workers, because of their own convenience, they choose not to wear a mask. When you are putting mask, it might be slightly difficult to breathe when they are doing physical labor. And if they are wearing gloves, it might be difficult to handle certain things, or it might be easier to grab stuff by using their bare hands. So that could be a reason. It is not because we have not provided; we have provided all the basic necessities.
But so what we saw was it was a normal auto rickshaw. Only one person was
Diesel
handling
auto.
it. Yeah, diesel auto, and one person was handling it. And I think so, that it's not about equipment. Because equipment, they were having the equipment, and I don't think that it will create much problem to them while working, because helmet how can it?
See, we have given them. We have given whatever gears are to be given. It could be that they must have forgotten to bring them, or
It was with them.
Yeah. It was with them.
Yeah,
So
when
they
they
were not
saw
using it.
us, they started to wear it. And
So it proves my point that we have provided all those
yeah.
things.
It
So
was
since you have seen that, we are providing all those things. They are not using it maybe for their own convenience. But we insist whenever, that's why when somebody is looking or somebody is taking a picture, they'll immediately wear it. Because they know that they are supposed to wear it. But in certain cases, they themselves choose not to.
The Executive Director P. Akash did not make the clear statement when we questioned about the illegal entrance of the man in the sewer in front of the High Court.
Because there are two networks. Sewage networks run through the middle of the road.
Can we take a video, please?
No. I need to actually check out before commenting, because I cannot say something wrong, right? I need some time to get back. I cannot immediately comment.
All right.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but what I think is, sewage systems generally run through the middle of the road.
Yeah.
What is in the footpath or the side of the road is a stormwater tank. So this seems to be on the footpath. This very much looks to me, I'm not sure, I've not seen the video, it looks to me like a stormwater tank. Because sewage networks, as you must have seen, runs to the middle of the road. It doesn't go through it normally doesn't run through the side of the road or on the footpaths. You must have seen the machine holes right on the center of the road. That's where our sewage system is. It's right in the center of the road. That's why it is so difficult to do a construction.
I'll send you the
Yeah, just send it to me.
video.
But I got the impression that it is, but I, as I mentioned, I need to take a proper look at it.
Okay.
But if that is happening, it's not supposed to happen. But I need to have a proper look at it. Then.
Okay. After questioning the concerned department and seeing all facts and figures, we conferred that there is a contrasting affair among the different stakeholders. While the blame game is still on and none of the people are taking their ownership, it's now yet to be seen where this activity heads to the next. But the one who is at the loss are the one who are underprivileged. Well, it can be your backyard or your opposite street. This is Sanskar Tiwari with reporter Muskan for ACJ News.